My current role is I'm president of Show Dog Universal Music, which is a joint venture with Universal Music Group and Toby Keith. And it basically was Universal South, which I was president of, and we wanted to get in business with Toby, so we merged his Show Dog records with Universal South. Thus we got Show Dog Universal. Some of our current artists are Trace Adkins, Toby Keith, Crystal Keith, JT Hodges, Josh Thompson. One of the few things that stick out in my mind from the early years of Belmont back in the late 70s, which it's hard to admit, but that's when we were there, is just getting in the studio with such talented people at such a young age. I just remember thinking, this is a field day. You look around and you've got players that were the best in their hometown, and writers that were fantastic, and engineers, and you're just looking around going, man, I'm in a special place. And I just remember that feeling I had early on, probably in my freshman year, that I thought, this is where I need to be. I think one of the takeaways from Belmont was being able to identify people that would work well together. And I think producing records, it helps you in other areas of your life. You look at people's personalities and say, could they sit in a room together for 3 or 4 hours and all work towards a common goal? And when you're cutting records or cutting songs or demos, which we were doing then, you really discover personalities that probably will or won't work, and you can apply that to a lot of areas in your life later on. I think that's one of the early things I took away from Belmont. Got a lot of friends at Belmont that I still work with. You know, there's Pat McMakin, who runs the studio here at Ocean Way, and Dan Huff, who produces records and has played on numerous sessions through the years for records I was producing, and Doug Howard. A lot of people, I mean, I couldn't even list them all. They were from our class, and or within while I was there. And then there were young artists that I signed when I was at different record labels. I signed Leanne Womack, she was right out of Belmont. Signed Josh Turner right after he got out of Belmont. So there's a couple artists that I'd signed when I was I guess both times I was at MCA when I signed them. I believe what separates Belmont from other programs across the country is the community feel you get. Even though it's a large program, I still feel like you feel like it's a small program. You feel like you can go directly to your professors, you can go directly to other students. There's a lot of collaboration that goes on, and learning to collaborate is a very important thing for people who have been in separate situations growing up, to where they've practiced or they played in a band or something, and learning how to intermingle with people they've never met before and create. I think the smaller community feel really helps. I'm Mark Wright, and I am Belmont.